back to Non-League Adventure with me, GW365. This is Season 4, Episode 8, playing as Curzon Ashton Football Club on Football Manager 2016. If you joined us last time, forgive me, it has been a long time since I recorded. It's been about a week or so. I seem to remember changing tactics somehow, playing with a 4-5-1, and yeah, we're getting this result here, 2-1. We didn't deserve it as such, they had a lot more chances, but no, nevertheless we did win the game. We moved on to the next game. This is a game we should have been winning. They were down bottom of the league, now it's coming back to me. And we drew 0-0. We had quite a few chances, just couldn't put them away, which resulted in us trying something else. This after finding out that Henry Rollinson is out for 5 to 6 weeks with a pulled hamstring, which is not good whatsoever. Then we moved into another game against another relegation-threatened club in Darlington 1883. Again, similar story. Another draw, another injury. But most agonisingly, we conceded in the last minute of the game, which was probably a bit undeserved, really. But, you know, it is what it is. Andy Fleming out for 3 to 4 months. I think I may have actually terminated his contract now. I seem to think I have, and it might seem harsh, but he's not going to be of any use to me. He's 31 years old. He's not going to get any better. For some reason, his coach report just declined massively. So I've basically had to make a decision. It was taking up wages that I could do with, so I got rid of him. And then the last game we played, as you can see here, we had a lot more chances. I changed the tactic again. I saw one that was apparently awesome and someone won 10-0 with it. So I thought, I'll give it a quick look and see what it's like. And yeah, AFC Filed or Filled, however you pronounce it, they are a Burger team, if you remember right, in the past. They beat us 2-0 and we had a hell of a lot more chances, slightly more possession, but they took the chances when they came. Put us to the sword. The defenders got the man of the match, surprisingly, even though, you know, clearly they weren't good enough. It's led to our job security being just secure, which is still not too bad, I suppose, considering that we are 11th again. 9 points away from the playoffs. We need to make that ground up in the next 11 games. I've told myself that basically, if we don't make it into this area here, by the end of the season, then I think my time at Curzon Ashton will be over, whether they offer me a contract or not, because we're not getting anywhere fast. We need to get straight back up if we are to do anything with this team, I feel. So, with that in mind, we've decided to change the tactics once again. However, there is further changes, and I've just realised this, so I will do them right now. Just join us in a second. Apologies for that. Basically, we've made a few changes to the original 4-4-2 that we started the season with. Hopefully bringing a little bit more creativity and a bit more direct play as such, because I think maybe the target man and the false time with it being the class as specialised roles. Deep line playmaker is one as well. So there's like a reference to it, basically very fluid. For instance, it allows you to have one specialised role basically, whereas structured allows you to have 3 or 4, maybe even 5 at a push. So in this instance, all these are standard like positions, not specialised positions, if you understand. So we've got the deep line playmaker as a specialised role. Everything good hopefully is going to come through Gibbons in this case, and in fact I've just realised we're 7 days away and another stop start. I apologise once again. So finally we're here, we're ready to choose a team and whatever. Apologies once again, it's not, you can tell it's been a while since I've recorded anything. Just a quick note or pointer even, just rather than doing another screenshot and doing it. The ball confidence is still secure. They're disappointed about the 2-0 loss to AFC Filed. Learn to speak, GW, come on. So yeah, it's you know, it's not good obviously to keep losing to them, but we need a much better performance. Now I've changed the tactic this time somewhat. It's still classed as fluid. It's the creative freedom that's changed. I'm going for the defensive one because we are the underdogs despite being at home at the Tameside Stadium. I am a bit reluctant to swap things here in this area, but I'll have a look. Ayula as an advanced forward. He's not as quick. He's better at finishing. Got a bit more flair about him. His work rate's pretty good. better than Hoopers. I think Hooper might be a good bet to bring on towards the back end of the game. Some tired legs out there maybe. We're going to stick with this same midfield partnership. I know that Sam Ward still wants to leave as such. I'm hoping eventually he'll change his mind, although now his potential's declined as well. He's still probably the best midfielder that we have at the club. Symington had a fairly decent start to the season. I'm hoping he can continue it. John Jones has dropped in at right back for the recently dropped captain, that is Liam Smith. He's just not really done anything well for us this season. Unfortunately, his performances suggest that as well. So hopefully we can have a decent performance here. We are playing against a strong Boston United team that have been massively in form. So am I expecting a win from this game? I'd like to think so, but are we going to get it? Probably not. Pessimist. Pessimism at its best. But hopefully I can be proved wrong. I'd love the players to prove me wrong, but I can't see it, if I'm being completely honest. Boston are very strong. Like I said, they can move up to 7th, but I believe they've won the last 4 games in a row. They're in quite a decent run of form. But hopefully we can nullify them. Jason, I want to say, or is it James Baxendale? It's James Baxendale, former Leeds player, of course. Back in the day, of course, I remember him. Back when we were in League One. But we're going to go into the team talk. I've been told not to be as strict in the lower leagues. It's better tactic to go aggressive in the higher leagues. So maybe I've been doing it all wrong. Cautiously and calm approach is apparently the best way to do it. You know what? Good luck, lads. Pull off an upset. Nothing. Awesome. Let's calmly say I've got faith in them and get nothing. No reaction. They're probably stunned that I'm changing the way that I'm saying it. But we've got, the more attacking players up for it, sort of. So hopefully they can take it into the game and show Boston United who's boss. We can hope. I just hope I haven't got it on the fastest setting. No, I haven't. I have on the separate save, which is something I'm thinking about doing. Maybe on the side. Just knocked me. You might see that there. The sound down. There it is again. I downloaded something that's sort of similar to the colours these guys are wearing. Even the lower leagues. Downloaded that file on, so that I can now play with. I can do another download that's to do 23 divisions below or levels below, but I've got 11 for now, and there's a couple of local sides to maybe choose from, as in my area, like the 2 Ossic teams. So I've been having a mess about offline, and it's quite enjoyable. There's a lot of players that you think they look really good, you scout them and they end up being like 1 star or something like that. They end up being like 4.5 star, as we nearly score like the best goal in the world, even though it was a cross quite clearly. It's just nice to be able to use these players that look good and they end up being not very good at all, and it's quite exciting. I'm tempted to do a separate save. If any of you have got any thoughts on that, please feel free to share them in the comments. But yeah, it is something I'm looking at in the future. As we have a corner, and Jones swings it in. Knocked away by Sweeney. Now it falls to Pigott. Playing in his new role. Gibbons strikes it in for his first goal. And I might add, I'm not sure his ethnicity matches. I don't know if you can see that. He looks like he is of, I want to say Caribbean maybe descent. Descent, is that even the right word to use? But yeah, on his picture he's clearly, well, not basically. But I'm not complaining, he's just scored a stunning goal. So I'm very happy with his performance so far. 8.1 so far. I believe it's his first goal for the club, and I'm expecting big things from him. Yes, he's only 2.5 star ability at the minute, but his potential's pretty good. If we can get, eventually into League 2, it's probably unlikely because chances are I'm not going to stick with this save because it's just been so frustrating. Not stick with the save, so stick with this team. I might go and move on to another team. It's been so frustrating. But ideally, you want to get into a professional team. I mean, there you go. That's a prime example. Prime example as to how frustrating this save has been. Right there. No danger whatsoever. I would just put into his own net. It's just ridiculous. Ball comes in. Yes, it's sort of dealt with, but why is Jones making the challenge there? It's unchallenged whatsoever, and he just knocks it into his bottom left-hand corner. It's disgraceful, to say the least. Can you tell I'm annoyed? I think every single person watching this video, which isn't that many, let's be honest, would be in agreement about how annoyed I am. Because we should be winning 1-0. It's been a good first half, don't get me wrong. We are unlucky, so I'm going to say we're unlucky. Didn't get as much motivation as I would have liked. Then I'm going to say I've got faith, hopefully you're going to do more, as much as it pains me, because there's a guy there with a 6.1 average rate. No, why do I always say average rating when it's not average? Match rating. Why did I say assertively when I'm going to be doing it calm? Come on, GW, wake up. It's a beautiful morning, even though it's evening. Hey. Don't even know the rest of the words. Just remember waking up to it on back in the day when it first came about. But anyway, back into this game. It's 1-1. Boston kick off the second half. Fortunate to be 1-1. To be drawing. To be level. Hopefully we can create a few chances in this half. And maybe, just maybe, you know, do something basically, but move up the league and give us a better chance, a better life, you know. Who else have got here? I've got Tomsit, who could come on for one of these two good dudes, but I'm going to leave it for now because they're not really that tired at the minute. Both Hinchcliffes are doing alright fitness-wise. Well, they said they're still like about to be struggling fitness-wise. I was going to say alright performance-wise, but they're not really. Ideally, want 7s at the very least. I mean, it's not terrible. That's terrible. That's poor. That's poor. It's got better though, that one. I don't know, it went down actually. I think I might be wrong. Oh no, it has gone up. But we're on 75 minutes and still nothing happening. So I'm going to bring David Mayo on, who is he better than Hooper at passing? He is, slightly. So he's going to come on for Pigott, who has got an assist this game, but it's not really good enough. We're going to leave Hinchcliffe on because I don't really have anyone else I could put on left midfield rather than left wing, if you know what I mean. Tunnicliffe is on the bench. He's an option to bring on for Matt Hinchcliffe, but to be honest with you, I'd rather keep him on because he's performing fairly well. I know I said it's not really good enough you want in 7s, but beggars can't be choosers. Tomsit or Barry? Tomsit is still a 2-star player. Barry, however, is a 1.5-star player and is, I would say, is not as fast, but to be fair, it's not really much in it. Although his acceleration is a little bit better, but he's going to come on for not the goal scorer. He's going to come on. In fact, I might even change him round. No, Gibbons' tackling's only 6. He can stay as a deep line playmaker. And I'm glad he scored a goal today. It's proving like he's now like the main focal point of the team, which when he's got passing stats of attributes of 13 and vision 12, you know, it's pretty good. Composure could be better. I wish it was like more than 5, but it's looking like we're going to pick up a point here at home against one of the teams that are firing up the league at the minute. So it's not a terrible result. At home it's a little bit disappointing, but who knows? There's the last 30 seconds of this game. Maybe we can get a late goal, but I know it's unlikely, but stranger things have happened. So we'll have to see. Gibbons gets it now and squares it to Tomsit, the man who's been brought on to try and change this game. It's headed away by Sweeney. Tomsit wins the header because he's about 8'6", and Roberts smashes it straight into Baxendale's face and then manages to make up for it. Really regretting his 2 passing and I didn't see it, because I probably wouldn't have gone as low as that. 5-4-5 is just about on the cusp of acceptance. But we've got a draw, and it's not that bad actually. To say that we were supposed to get paggered, I'm not too disappointed with that. So I'm going to say everyone thought we'd get beaten. Well done for proving them wrong. Everyone's loving it, which is fantastic. And I am actually going to passionately say I'm pleased with the performance of Gibbons. Just giving that little bit of motivation. It says motivated and inspired. But Jordan Jones getting the own goal is just like a massive kick in the teeth, because we were on course, despite if that hadn't have happened, should I say, which we would have been now, 10th for starters, but you know, would have made it. In fact, actually, they'd have been on 47 as well. We'd have been on the same points as Boston. As it is, unfortunately, it's not to be. So leaving that game, and going into the next game, when the next live com's going to be. Gibbons on form. That's good. Schedule. You might notice I've changed this to give us a bit more space. Gives us a bit more room to have a look what's going on. It's just remembering what these are. So, as you can see, you know, we're on a 4-match non-winning run at the minute. It's not ideal, but that is a much improved performance in my eyes there. No real key opportunities for them apart from the obvious own goal. The next game we're probably going to be venturing to is probably the Harrogate game away from home, which is probably going to be a bad game to do because they are second in the league. But, and I've got Bradley Roscoe, who I was after at the beginning of the season. Look how much better that he is than Corey Roberts. You know, never mind. But this is our key player, by the way. Let's have a look at him. Defensive midfielder. As you can see, he's very, very good. That's what the sort of standard we're up against. So that's in the league we started in, that we got promoted out of. So, yeah, the Harrogate game is going to be the next one. Hopefully you're going to join us for that. And until next time, well, first of all, if you have enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like, comment if you think it's appropriate. Let us know what you think about that other potential save that I'm planning on doing, the extra low league. Start at the real, well, even further down, should I say. I would like to be a local team if possible. If not, why not suggest as a team instead? If you watched all the way to the end, let us know at the end of this video which team you think I should be and why. But yeah, until that point, or until Harrogate as well, I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Wrong thing.